Hello dear students, welcome back. This is linear programming time. Today we are going to see some examples based on graphical solutions of an inequality. Before we start, let us discuss some basic concepts. The very first one is equation of x-axis. So we know that equation of x-axis is y equal to 0. Similarly, the second concept, equation of y-axis. Equation of y-axis is x equal to 0. Then number 3, line x equal to a is the line which is parallel to y-axis and it is passing through x equal to a. Consider coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis. Okay, and say suppose a is some number, maybe positive, maybe negative, so that a is somewhere here. That is, its distance from origin is a. Okay, then how can you draw the line x is equal to a? It is very simple. It is parallel line to the y-axis and the line is passing through x equal to a. So this is the line. Similarly, the line y equal to b is a line which is parallel to x-axis. Okay, and it is passing through the value y equal to b. So again consider x-axis and y-axis, that is xy plane, and say suppose the value b, y equal to b is somewhere here. It is on y-axis. Okay, then the line y equal to b is the line passing through that point b and it is parallel to x-axis. So the line is like this, y equal to b. So these are some standard equations or basic lines where equation consists only one variable, either x or y. But in general, lines are given by this type of equation, ax plus by equal to c. And the nature of this line is depend on these values a, b and c. Depend on the values of a, b and c. The nature of line or the slope of line varies. By default, consider the line is of this nature. Now observe one thing, any line in the plane divides that plane into two parts. Okay, so for example, if you consider this vertical line x is equal to a, then left side of this line x is equal to a. This is the one part of this plane and this is the another part of this. So this line divides the plane into two parts, right hand side and left hand side. Similarly, you can observe for the second line also, if you consider that line y equal to b divides the upward side and the downward side. Okay, so line divides the plane into two parts. This upward side denoted by red color and downward side by the blue color. Even this line also divides this plane into two parts. This downward part denoted by this yellow color and this upward part denoted by this orange color. So any line in the plane divides this plane into two segments, two different parts. Okay. Now all the points on this line are the solution set of ax plus by equal to c. Means if you put the value of x and y coordinates of that point in this equation, you will get the value equal to c. Okay, then depend on the nature of line. Okay, there may be one side of the part is less than or equal to c and the other side of the part is greater than or equal to c. What does it mean? Means for the values of x and y on the one side of the line gives the value less than or equal to c, and for the value of x and y which is on the other side of the line gives the value greater than or equal to c. Okay, so this particular line divides the plane into two parts, ax plus by less than or equal to c or ax plus by greater than or equal to c. So these regions shown in front of you are just for the reference. These are not hard and fast the exact positions or exact solution set for less than or greater than. Okay, those solution set are depend on the nature of the line. Okay, and we have seen in the previous video how to find out the less than part and greater than part by just taking any point in the plane. Also notice same thing happens in this case also and this also. Okay, if you consider this line as x is equal to a, then this left side shaded by this blue color represents the inequation x less than or equal to a, and this green side represents x greater than or equal to a. Because it is very obvious, at this point x is equal to a, and as you go to the right, the value of x goes on increasing, so it is always greater than a. For any point in this green region, x is always greater than a, and any point in this blue region, which is on the left of that line, is always x less than or equal to. Same thing happens for this line y equal to b. All the points represents the value b, okay, for y coordinate. But when you go upward, so any point on this side, okay, this red region, okay, the values are y greater than or equal to b, because obviously on this upward side values of y goes on increasing and it is always greater than b, and this downward side of the b means shaded by this blue color, it will represent the values of y less than or equal to b. In general, for vertical line, right side represents greater than, left side represent less than values. For the horizontal line, upward side represent greater than values and downward side represents less than value. So now we are going to solve some example from exercise 7.1, which based on the linear inequality, and we have to identify its solution set for some less than values and for some greater than values given in the example. So let us begin. Question 1 says solve graphically, and the sub question 1 is x greater than or equal to 0. Now remember, to solve the graphical solution of given inequality, first of all we have to draw the line by replacing this given inequality by equal to sign. Okay, so the equation becomes x equal to 0. We have to replace this greater than or equal to or less than or equal to whatever is given by equal to sign, and then try to draw the line of that equation. Recall, the equation of x-axis is y equal to 0 and equation of y-axis is x equal to 0. So remember, x equal to 0 means y-axis itself. So let us draw x-axis and y-axis XOY plane, that is XY plane. We know that x equal to 0 means y-axis itself. Now this y-axis divides the whole plane into two parts, this side of the plane, which is you can say right hand side, and this side of the plane, which you can say the left hand side of y-axis. The values of x on the right hand side of the y-axis are always positive, and values of x on the left hand side of the y-axis are always negative. Any point in this quadrant, that is first quadrant, have positive x coordinate. Also in any quadrant in the fourth quadrant have positive x coordinate, whereas this two quadrant gives us the negative values of x-axis. And therefore when it is said that x greater than or equal to 0, remember some value is greater than or equal to 0 means that value is positive value. Okay, so x greater than or equal to 0, it means it is the right side of y-axis. Okay, so it is, in simple language, x is positive on this side, and therefore this is the solution for x greater than or equal to 0, where x is always positive. This is the shaded region where x is always positive, and this is the solution set of x greater than or equal to 0. Okay, obviously the second example where x less than or equal to 0, draw x-axis, y-axis. We know that x equal to 0 means y-axis itself. This whole left side gives us the value of x negative. It means x is less than 0 on the left side of y-axis. Okay, so any point in this quadrant or in this quadrant or in this axis also gives us negative value of x. There may be y positive or y negative. X is always negative on this side of the y-axis. So therefore its solution is like this on the left side of y-axis. So this part, shaded part, shows the solution set for x less than or equal to 0. So remember, you have to think like that. Some value is greater than or equal to 0 means that is positive, and some value is less than or equal to 0 means that value is negative. Let us move to the third example. Now we can solve this very easily. Y greater than or equal to 0. Remember, y equal to 0, it means x-axis itself. Okay. Now this side of y-axis gives us the positive values of y-axis. So when y greater than or equal to 0 means it represents upward side. Okay, means the solution set is the upward side of x-axis. So this is the solution for y greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, y less than or equal to 0, draw xy plane. Y equal to 0 means x-axis, and y less than or equal to 0 means y is negative. Negative values of y are on downward side of x-axis. So this is the shaded region, which is downward side of the x-axis, is the solution set for y less than or equal to 0. Now remember, all these shaded region are infinite regions. Okay, so you can draw arrow also here. Okay, so arrow represents this goes on infinitely. Question number 2, solve graphically. And now see, there are two different inequalities taken together. The first one is x greater than or equal to 0, and second one is y greater than or equal to 0. So let us draw x and y axis. So it creates the xy plane. Now we know that x greater than or equal to 0 means x positive, okay, and y greater than or equal to 0 means y positive. And obviously both values are positive. It means it represented by only first quadrant. We know that first quadrant contains both value x and y positive. Okay, so simply this first quadrant is the solution set for this inequality. But take another perspective. Okay, if you consider these two as separate regions, okay, then what is the solution set for x greater than or equal to 0? See, this part is the whole solution set for x greater than or equal to 0. What is the solution set for y greater than 0? It is the upward side of the x-axis. So let us denote it by yellow color, and the combination happens here. Okay, the color is changing, yellow and blue both combined together gives the green color. So it means this part gives us both values where x is positive and y positive. So if you consider separate regions and try to find out the common solution, so common part where both conditions happens, that part is the first quadrant. Actually, it is very simple to predict that the first quadrant contains x and y both are positive, but it is actually the combination of two solution set, and we call it as a common region for two solutions set. Denote it by the shaded region. You can shade the first quadrant by these type of cross lines. So you can denote this line by arrows also. Similarly, now these are very simple. X negative, x less than or is equal to 0 means x negative, y positive. Okay, so where x negative and y positive means it is a second quadrant. X gives negative value, y gives positive value. So this whole part gives us negative and positive combination. Okay, so this is the solution set for this second question. So third one, now you can guess x is less than 0, y is less than 0 means x, y both are negative, and that happens in the third quadrant. So this is the solution set for the question 3. For question 4, x greater than or equal to 0, y less than or equal to 0 means x is positive in this case, okay, and y is negative in this case, and x is positive means this side, y negative means this side, and the solution set is the fourth quadrant. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.